Hello and welcome to Rule of Three's video review for Alien Isolation, a survivor horror game for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. Developed by the Creative Assembly and published by Sega. So Alien Isolation is the first Alien game after the calamity that was known as Alien Colonial Marines. I think it was the worst game of the year for a couple of our previous editors on the site. And with that in mind, I had high hopes for Alien Isolation based off of the previews and things I've read and some of the statements I was able to get out of Sega about how Alien Isolation was going to work. And I'm proud to report that it is much better than Alien Colonial Marines on almost every level of, enjoyment.
I'll go and investigate. See what I can find. You stay with her.
I'll try to repair the radio booster. What if this creature shows up?
Hide.
So the story of Alien Isolation, it takes place 15 years after the first Alien movie. You play as Amanda Ripley, the daughter of the protagonist from the films, Ellen Ripley, who is brought into a kind of search for her mother based off of... They found the Nostromo's black box, and it's on this one space station called the Sevastopol. Which is a giant space station, and they have it, and they're going there to retrieve the black box and hopefully find out what happened to the Nostromo. Now, they get there, and they basically walk into the world's worst situation, go figure, and Amanda is forced to fight for her life, not only against a roaming alien who has somehow got upon the Sevastopol, but also against androids who want to kill them because the AI is crazy, and crazy other survivors of the space station who just are trying to survive and will pretty much kill anybody who gets in their way of doing that. The story on the whole is a really good Alien story. The problem is, if you watch any of the Alien movie, it's kind of predictable how things are going to play out for the most part. Because you already know obviously you know what happens in Aliens 2, so you kind of know who the bad guys are, and you kind of can see where things are coming, but it's paced. Also, the pacing's a little off, but that's because of some gameplay mechanics, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But the pacing feels a little off, and in my opinion, the story is way, way, way too long, and they could have shortened it very easily. But it's a good, like I said, it's a decent story for kind of a filler in between movies, and it's definitely one of the best Alien stories in a video game to date. Gameplay. So, survival horror has been kind of in a weird spot recently thanks to Resident Evil 5 and 6, to where most survival horror games are what I would claim action games. They're not really survival horror, they're action games. Alien Isolation is able to go back to the good times of survival horror where you have a weapon, but it's not always going to be effective in every situation. In fact, weapons in this game are pretty useless. Like, you get it, and you can do stuff with them, but odds are they're not going to help you any at all, especially against the alien, who, if sees you, will kill you instantly. Other people, like humans, they have pretty good AI. The androids are difficult to kill, so it really becomes that you have stuff, they're pretty useless, but you can use them and try to survive things, which I love about this game. Is survival is difficult. Like I said, unlike other survival horror games that have been coming out, at least claiming to be survival horror, you get plethora of ammo, you can take out everything. This game, you really, really, if you're going to fight, you have to pick your fights. And you can't pick a fight with the alien, he'll just kill you. But with androids and humans, you really need to know what you can take on and how much ammo and how you're going to get out of this situation if you need to. It's really good. There's also a really nice hiding mechanic and stealth mechanic that allows you to obviously get around things without being noticed. And this is the second thing I really like about this game, is the AI is free. There's no movement things that you can track and just kind of like, okay, this person goes from here to here to here to here. If I go at this point to this point to this point, they won't even know I'm here. They will wander around aimlessly sometimes if they hear just anything comes out of the ordinary, or they just feel like wandering, especially the alien. That alien sucks. He will just pop out of nowhere. and it's really good. I really enjoy the AI because unlike most survival horror games, to where I can if I have to sneak, I can usually just watch them and go, okay, go here. This one I really have to think. You have to think on your feet and be able to do things quickly, and just if you're gonna do it in that situation, you gotta go to it. However, it also leads you to hiding in lockers and other areas a lot. So in order to really sneak around, you get a motion tracker a little bit into the game, which will obviously tell you where people are at if they're moving around. And this is a double-edged sword. And I really like, once again, how they did this is while you can see where things are at on the motion tracker beeps, and therefore they can hear that. So you got to be able to, you can't just walk around with the motion tracker going, okay, there's something over there, just do this. They'll hear that, and they'll come looking for you. So you really want to pick and choose when you're going to be using the motion tracker and really depend on what you can see in front of you, and really just pull out the motion tracker to see if there's anything quickly to the sides, and then, react in accordance to that. Other things that this game did really well was, once again, the atmosphere. This game is, well, once again, I'm not really scared to this most part. I'm not trying to sound like a macho not scared person. Goes to really, like, Fatal Frame terrifies me. I will not play that game alone in the dark. Alien has the right atmosphere. It's creepy, and it's has that kind of intense atmosphere, and especially where combat in this game is, you want to avoid that because you'll probably get your ass kicked if you try to win a fight. It has that intense, tense feeling, and it makes you kind of on edge, which is good. It's really nice to see, especially with, once again, bringing the Evil Within a little bit. The darker atmosphere is coming back and being able to, it's not just the enemies that are scary. The environment itself, it has this kind of innate fear that it brings, and they really did it well in isolation. Other mechanics is there's a crafting mechanic in this game where you find scraps and different pieces. You can build different little gadgets and toys, like noisemakers, flashes, or flashbangs, and those just kind of things that you can use to distract enemies. The crafting system is really simple. It's usually just 1, 2, 3, you're done. But once again, where this game doesn't have a pause menu for the most part, you have to find a kind of a safe place when you're going to craft. It's really simple. It's really easy. However, at least I played this on normal. I got way too much crap, and I didn't really use my tool. I used the noisemaker a lot. The noisemaker saved my life a couple of times. But everything else, I didn't really touch. Med packs were useful to some extent. If I was, got caught by, an android or a human was shot a couple of times, you just need to heal up a little bit after I finally get away. But the crafting system in this game is very simple. It's okay. It's not really deep. It's just fairly simple. You do have to find the blueprints to make things, but on the whole, it's not a super complex system. Other than that, the only other major system in this game that I can think of are puzzles. This game has a couple of puzzles that you have to solve in order to progress. Whether this is, hacking into a computer to open doors, or, welding a door open, or trying to get to point B to point A, you have to use locks, rewire things. They're pretty good. They do, once again, get really intense when there's an alien or a couple of androids or people that are following you, and you have to do it really, really quick without being noticed. The other only thing that I can think of is there is also a head tracking and noise tracker on the Kinect and PlayStation camera. If you have those, you can use that. Don't use them. The head tracker is okay, but the noise thing sucks. I tried that just to see how it worked, and my wife was watching TV in the other room, and it noticed that noise, and I got killed more than I probably should have. So it's a little too picky on noise, but if you want to try it out, that's the way to do it. Another gameplay mechanic is there is no autosave. You have to manually save every single time. And that's where the biggest tip I'm going to give in this review comes in. Save, and save often. Like, if you pass a save station, save it. If you see a save station on your way back, even though you just saved 40 seconds earlier, save. It'll save you a lot of time of having to double back, which is one of my biggest gripes with this game, is doubling back because of the lack of save points and autosave. While I do like this because it harkens back to kind of the original Resident Evil with ink ribbons, and you have to, pick when you save and do that. And even Dead Space 2's hardcore mode. The pacing's already kind of off because you're going to die a lot in this game from everything because, like I said, if you get into a fight, odds are you're going to lose, especially with the alien because you can't win that one. So you really need to just save. And if you die, you're going to be repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. and where the AI is, you can't, memorize it because it changes every 30 seconds. You really are going to be doing the same thing over and over again and just praying that you get it right. And that's really my only criticism for this game. Everything else in this game was great.
I'll collect my things and we can leave.
Alien Isolation not only confirms that a good Alien game can be made, it is doable, but that survival horror games are, still popular, and if you do it right, they're fun. While, like I said, I don't consider this, a scary game, it is intense. I mean, there's a lot of moments that you're going to go, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And that's really all I care about from most survival horrors. Does it give me that, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap feeling? AI is great. Story, while I think is kind of paced a little bit and overly long, I thought was good for, basically a filler episode in the Alien franchise. And if they do more with the Alien franchise, at least the survival horror aspect, I hope they do more of this, except maybe shorten the story a little bit. There is also a survivor mode I forgot to mention, which is a competitive or objective-based kind of mode to where you can play, go on leaderboards and see how fast you can do things. It's kind of cool. I didn't really touch it as much. I'll just bring that up. I'm giving Alien Isolation a buy rating. It is, like I said, probably one of the best survival horror games right now. Thanks for listening, everybody. Next week will be 2 games. First will be Evil Within, which I'm looking forward to. And the other game is Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, another game I'm looking forward to playing. Make sure to subscribe to our channel above, like us on Facebook, YouTube, check out the website ruler3.com for more updates on news, articles, podcasts, and all things gaming related that I feel are important. Everybody, I hope you have a good week, and always remember to trust in the rule of 3.